Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast.
We're building the igloo and preparing for the Siberian Big Blow, but we're doing it here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We got recalls and Hemmings Sold Cars Roundup. Going to have a special feature here coming up in just a second on the fires out in California. Later, Jeff has the 6 best cars for older drivers.
Golden years.
I resemble that. Along with Mr. Mars' review of the GMC Hummer EV.
Ooh.
Howdy, along with We Always Need More Jeff Zekin and Mike out of this world. Mars, I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us this morning. David Ainsley sleeping in.
Of course.
He's preparing for the Houston Auto Show, and he'll join us there.
He needs his rest.
He does need his rest. He's complaining to me about, oh, man, I've been working long hours out there. I've been putting in this transmitter for a radio station. It's been really tough.
He has manicures. He doesn't get his hands dirty.
Well, I didn't notice the manicure, but I know that you did.
Oh.
All right. I wanted to talk about this as a story. Mr. Mars and I talked all week. We were trying to find a car club out there in the L.A. area that could address. But now we know that all of these people have lost thousands of homes. Loss of life is continuing to climb with over 24 now dead because of the fires. The views that we see on television, just horrific. Can't even imagine all of that gone. Pacific Palisades, a beautiful area. All of these different neighborhoods gone because of these fires. But so we started thinking, because we are a car show, we started thinking, okay, well, in that debris that, you know, there are people out there, especially in Malibu, that got burnt off the map, that they have some nice collector cars. What's happened to those cars? Do they have insurance? Is the car gone? Did they store it somewhere else?
Did they
store it?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. We're going to actually try to get a hold of Jay Leno, but everybody's so busy out there, it's really difficult.
Yeah. There's one. Jack Nerad put me on to a small regional museum out there that a lot of the car clubs use. He's been out to events down there at it. They're open on the weekends only, but and they're south of the fire, south of Jack actually. But I haven't got a hold of them yet. But thinking that maybe in a couple of weeks, if we can schedule them in, they'll have a little bit better idea of some of the stories.
Well, on their timeline too, because they're still, you know.
Well, that's it. I mean, you can see some of the news shows. You know, there's a Mustang over there that's just a burnt Hulk.
Yeah.
And I saw a deal. They were talking about a Camaro that was parked on the side of the street. For some reason, the fire burned around it.
Yeah.
You know, it just all kinds of stories.
Yeah. Well, I think back on, and I don't remember who it was. Greg Enders had a shop that he was using, and I went to visit him at this shop. And in there was a beautiful 69 Camaro Z28, which is my holy grail of a car. You know that. And it's had the original DZ motor in it. Everything was all original. And it got caught up in the Harvey floods, and it was completely totaled. And they had bought it with the salvage title, bought it back with the salvage title, and they were going to fix it all up. They were in the process of taking off the vinyl roof on it, had a lot of options on it. They were going to restore it back to the way it originally was, but because it's got a salvage title now, it's lost all of this value because it was all original Z28. And think of this, the car that we're talking about in California, burnt up. Most of those cars, if they're burnt up, there's no way to restore any part of that because the fire absolutely warps every piece of sheet metal on it. Everything is gone, everything. And I can't even imagine. You know, that may be something that we could look at next week and talk to Haggerty or that other car collector insurer and find out what they know and see how maybe it's just a different angle to the story. I don't know.
Is it Davita that we have on? She's Divya.
Yeah, it should be on next week.
Divya,
Yeah.
Good. So anyway, here's another follow-up to that. Debris removal following the deadly fires in SoCal will be made more complicated by the area's plentiful electric vehicle batteries and other lithium-ion cells according to Governor Gavin Newsom. It's a little different world now today with batteries, not just car batteries, but battery packs. People with solar, those Tesla wall batteries and the like. He said during an interview with CNN, of course it was with CNN, the hazmat side of it made it a little bit more complicated. He says, we're going to work through it. As of May, California claimed 34% of all new zero-emission vehicle sales in the U.S., according to the California Air Resources Board. The prevalence of EVs in the state poses a challenge for first responders and others removing the rubble. While fires in combustion engines vehicles are much more common, EVs have unique qualities that make their fires difficult to extinguish, for one. And then what do you do with them after they've burned up?
Yeah, and that was a question we talked about a couple of weeks ago when this was going on, that the batteries are a hazmat situation.
Yes.
If you have a Tesla or an electric car on fire, the fire department has to handle that different than, say, a structure fire or another.
Well, other risks include chemical burns from hydrofluoric acid and internal ones from inhalation of hydrogen fluoride. So that's a whole other thing that, we could talk to a fire department person that has knowledge in that. But I just thought I'd mention that because clearly that is a huge, huge story that they're all dealing with out there. And we're also feeling the pain because we know what kind of pain those kind of disasters can have, especially after the floods and hurricanes that we have around these parts. We do have one recall to tell you about. Nissan
Just
Kicks.
one?
Just one this week.
Wow.
I know. I don't know what happened. Well, I guess because everybody's preparing for Trump's inauguration on Monday, they said, never mind, we're good. Here's one. Nissan Kicks for 2025, unexpected vehicle movement.
What?
Unexpected vehicle movement.
You've had that with your bowels before.
I've had that. Yes, I have. But this happens to be the Nissan Kicks for 2025. You get your kicks on Route 66.
There you go.
Or I think that there was a Dave Clark 5 song called Kicks.
Yeah.
You forgot about that,
Dave
didn't
Clark
you?
or Paul Revere?
That was
Dave Clark.
way before my time.
Yeah, I know it was. It's way before everybody's time, but just my answer to that is never mind.
Hogwash.
Yeah. All right. So we have this little thing that we do. By the way, those stories that we presented were courtesy of Automotive News. And this particular segment is from Hemmings, Hemmings.com. And this is Hemmings Sold Car Weekly Roundup. And we play this little game for the boys to play.
And you at home.
It gives you an insight into their knowledge of automobiledom.
Oh, boy.
We're going to start off with one that is common to us older folks. A 1970 Ford Torino Cobra.
70?
1970 Ford Torino Cobra.
Talk to me.
Okay? I know. And it's petty blue, and it's got the black hood with the scoop on the front of it. It looks stock. There's white letter tires on it. It looks good.
What kind of wheels? Factory wheels?
Factory wheels.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know. So 1970 Ford Torino Cobra. How much do you think that sold for with this online auction thing?
79, what comes to mind?
79, okay.
79,000? Really?
Jeff?
I'm going to go 32.
Okay, well, somewhere in the middle is where it sold. $47,250.
I think it's
Let me
a little
see
less
it.
than
Let me
that.
see it.
I'm going to let you
All right,
see
and
it.
the next one. So,
No, there it is right there.
oh, yeah. That's gorgeous. Yeah.
It is. Kind of like petty blue. I don't remember.
yeah.
Ford had its own name for it, but it was that kind of mid-level blue. Cool. Okay, here's one for Grandpa.
Okay.
A
We're all
19
grandpas.
I'll let you have it, Jeff.
A 1954. Listen, I'd like to have this car. It's even got the big sunshade over the front window. 1954 Chevrolet Bel Air 2-door hardtop with a, mid-level green and a white top. It looks completely stock, and it looks like it's been restored or very well kept. Let me put it that way. A 54 Chevy Bel Air. So I'm thinking a 235 Blue Flame 6-cylinder with a 3-speed on the column. That's what I'm thinking. Now, I don't know. I didn't delve that deeply into it. But that kind of has that thing to it, It just kind of screams
31.
31 for Jeff. 54 Chevy Bel Air. Come on.
I saw one.
would say,
I saw one of
I'm
Mecum
gonna
that was
say
like
19.
19.
Well, Mars, 18,480.
Oh, look at you, big boy.
For the 54, it's just not that popular.
Correct. There it is. You tell me.
Heitzman said 21, so he doesn't even count then. He's not even close.
He's playing along.
Okay, so we're going to stay in
Thank you, Jeffrey.
We're going to stay in the same vein. 1954. Okay.
boy.
I remember it well. Not. 54.
You were in college back then.
Yeah. This does not have the wood paneling on it, but it's a 54 Chevrolet 210,
So they took it out of the crate.
which is a station wagon, 4-door station wagon. I'll let you see it, okay? Right there.
That's gorgeous.
It is, but it's green.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's like, forest green.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a two-tone green, I think.
No, it's not a two-tone. There's no
I think
two-tone.
it's a light. It's just a light.
It's just a kind of a mediocre green, wide whites on it. It looks completely stock, and it's in a warehouse, so somebody's taking care of it.
25.
100 or 1,000?
1,000.
25,000. What do you say?
No, I'm going to stay down. Heitzman says 16. I'm going to stay still around that 18, 19. I'm going to say 19.
17,732.
Wow.
Heitzman.
So 1954 is a great year. See, if you're gonna have one of these, you would want the manual transmission because it gives you an extra gear that you didn't have with the automatic because you only had 2 speeds, slush-o-matic.
No, just pro mod it.
No.
I had my uncle in Oklahoma. He buys and sells some cars and stuff. He had a Rambler, 2-door station wagon Rambler. I don't remember what year it was.
And a Nash Rambler.
Yeah, he was looking for somebody to restore it. It was because there was so much of it there, and I thought, man, this would make a great Tubbit and all that stuff. He said, no, you can't have it. He said, there's too much there that can be restored. Somebody will restore it.
But on the other hand, too, you're either one of those kind of guys that's going to restore something like that, or go, I don't know if I restore it. I want to make it a driver.
Right.
You restore it, and you put all this money in the restoration. Now it becomes a trailer queen for the most part.
No, you don't do it. You won't go to that extreme. That right there, I'd keep the stock wheels, update the tires, obviously, to a new rubber, keep the same configuration with the wide whites, put a new transmission, put an LS in it, make the air cold inside. That's what I would do to it.
Kind of like Woody's Pontiac.
Yeah.
You update it, make it a resto mod.
There you go.
There you go.
Right. Put a V8 under the hood with a modern transmission.
Keep the color,
air
all that,
conditioning. Yeah. Leave the interior stock if that's what you want to do.
And whatever patina's on it.
Yeah. I'm with you. That'd be the cheap way to go, and you could drive it.
And that makes it 25, so I win.
Yeah. It makes it a lot more than 25. Okay, here we go. A 2016 Dodge Challenger. Now, this car is
I have no idea.
Basically 10 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
A 2016 Dodge Challenger. This looks like it's is it a Hellcat? Probably a Hellcat because it's got great big huge red brake calipers
18.
on it.
Yeah, but it could be an RT.
Well, I don't know all of that, okay?
Yeah, well, it makes about
probably a $10,000 yacht.
It's probably $40,000 difference. Okay, let's go with I'll go with 28 on the premise that it's not a Hellcat.
I went 18.
Well, both of you are wrong, but actually you kind of hinted at it because this one was $44,100.
So you take one of your first intuition.
Your first thought was that, yeah. Okay, here's one that I would
said
love
21, so we're not
to
counting
have.
him.
Here's a 1932 Ford. Obviously, it's a hot rod, right? It looks good. No fenders on it. It's black, I assume.
Coupe or roadster?
It's channeled, and it looks like it's chopped too.
Ooh,
okay.
Chopped
So
and
it's a
channeled,
coupe.
32 Ford, black on black.
I'm going to go $1 per year, 32,000.
Is the engine hanging out of the hood?
It's not hanging out, but it's got the top of the hood on it, but the sides are open. And it's got headers on it.
So it's not some big 454 blown.
No.
It's
Probably
what we see at the garage, the guys that bring out the garage at Lupe. Remember, they bring out their 32s.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I would go, if it's a California car, I'd say 44.
I went 32.
39.9.
Split it.
Yep. So you guys were close.
I
like
said 29. Candace says that you can just buy whichever one you want, Don. Just pick one.
Yeah, no.
Go for the Cobra.
I'm good. Jeff, this is yours, buddy.
All right.
Here's a 1954 Hudson Hornet convertible, red with a black top and wide whites.
Oh, that's not factory.
No, it's not factory. I want you to see it. There it is.
That's
right
pretty.
there.
Yeah,
It
Sure,
is.
it's not factory.
No, it's not.
They didn't
factory.
make it convertible?
No, well, they may have made a convertible, but it wasn't in that color combination.
Oh, okay.
It was
The red is what I'm talking about.
And this even has wire wheels. It looks like wire Cadillac wheels on it.
So it's
whatever.
just been updated.
Yeah, it's a
Could be a
resto
resto mod.
Yeah,
Could be.
So what do you think something like that was? And I will tell you, but based on the price that I'm looking at here that it's sold at, it's got to be a resto mod.
41.
41. Mars?
Heitzman says 18. I'm going to go 32.
How about 57.7?
Ouch.
Yeah, there you go.
That is pretty.
Okay, one more. We're
That's
going to bring
good,
it up
too.
to date now. Let's
Morgan?
move up into the 90s. All right?
Looks like a Morgan.
The
Oh, it's MG.
The 1990s, 91 Mercedes-Benz 300 CE. It's a two-door hardtop. Mars, are you listening to me?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to
91
visualize it.
Mercedes. Here, I'll show it to you.
Has it been recalled?
All of them have been recalled.
Bound to have been recalled in that old.
Mercedes 300.
300
91.
CE.
I'm going to go 18.
18.
I was thinking more like 14.
Oh, my
go
God.
14 then.
Well, this is for you both. $4,101. That's what.
Well, I was going to buy more than one.
It hasn't been recalled. It hasn't had any of the recalls.
Nothing's been done to it. Yeah.
I was going to buy 5 of them.
Were you? Yeah. Well, I think it barely starts.
One for all the
whatever
kids and
case may
everything.
be,
Yeah.
All right. The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 on the N-Wheel Time and Audacy radio apps. Just search for N-Wheel Time Car Talk podcasts from your favorite podcast provider, including SiriusXM. We also video stream our weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and NWheelTime.com, 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday. The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupe Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupe Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupe Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupe Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupe experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupe beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupe Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupe Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
If you'd ever like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@nwheeltime.com. Time now for Jeff's feature of the week.
Yep.
Sex.
Okay, we are off the air now.
And that's a combination of six best. Sexed. Cars for older drivers.
Golden years is what we're calling it now.
All right,
so as we move forward through life, our needs priorities shift, especially when it comes to driving. The open road can still offer plenty of excitement. As we get older, it's more about finding the comfort, convenience, and peace of mind. Whether you're looking for a reliable car or running errands or just visiting the folks that you know across the plains. So the first one we have here, Michael, is a 2025 Mazda CX-5. Now, senior drivers seeking for a blend of comfort and class find the CX-5 a delight. Its compact frame follows the effortlessly maneuverability, while its smooth ride cushions well over bumps. Now, this car lists at 28,570, and it scores 9.3 out of 10 for seniors. That's not bad. The next one is a 25 Honda Accord with the family lifetime of the road. This car's been around a while. Sedan does offer nearly everything you would want in it. Of course, it is a Honda. It accelerates briskly, corners, and the poise around those corners is a gentle ride. This car is $28,295, and it also scores a 9.3 out of 10. Here we have one. I think Don's driving one, or Don is driving a Buick this week that I know. It's a 2025 Buick Encore GX.
That's yours, isn't it?
No, I've got the Envision. This is for savvy seniors. Of course, anybody that owns a Buick is pretty savvy in my book. Looking for a compact car, yet capable SUV, appreciate the Buick Encore GX. It's practical. It's got an approachable design. Despite its small footprint, this crossover is surprisingly spacious in the cabin. This car is $25,940, and it scores an 8.6 out of 10 for seniors to buy it and be well worth it. The next one we have, this one's actually a 2024. It's a Maverick, Ford Maverick. Drivers in search of a compact truck with a clever twist will find Ford Maverick the standout choice. Blurring the lines between a pickup and a small SUV, it provides a mix. The mix is a utility, predictable handling, and you can run errands and light-duty tasks. This one is $23,900, and it scores a 9 out of 10. For those Maverick folks. And we have one here, which is a 2025 Toyota Camry. Toyota's been around for a long time, so is the Camry. Efficiency, reliability, and comfort have made Toyota Camry a perennial favorite for drivers. It gets a powertrain overhaul for $25,000 that year there, with all models now featuring a hybrid powertrain. It is $28,400, and it scores a 9.5 out of 10 for seniors. The last one we have here is a 2025 Honda Civic. Again, longevity. The Honda Civic is efficient, it's easy to maneuver, it's got a striking ideal balance between practicality and style, responsive handling, and an enjoyable ride. This one is $24,250, it scores a 9.2 out of 10. And of course, we have the illustrious bonus shot there. So,
the bonus shot.
Bonus shot.
That would be the Jeff Zekin bonus shot.
From now on, I'm putting a bonus shot in.
Hey, by the way, who played the character Maverick in the television series?
Oh, that was
James Garner.
Yeah, James Garner, yeah.
He was the famous guy
Yeah.
who did it.
Yeah, Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about Mavericks. I thought that's the only Maverick that I ever knew, other than I think Ford had another Maverick.
Those were cool.
Car.
Yeah, they were cool. They had a Maverick GT, I believe, as well.
So, yeah, Mavericks. It was kind of like a bump up from the Pinto.
Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah, a little bit bigger. It was a lot easier to stuff a V8 in it, though. That was for sure.
Yeah, you had room to do that.
Yeah, but it had no horsepower.
Well, no, it depends on what you put in it.
No, not in the aftermarket when it was new.
Oh, yeah. No.
I think it only came with a 6, didn't it?
I believe.
Yeah.
And it was a straight 6,
either.
maybe?
Yeah, straight 6. Yeah, they didn't have V's back then.
No.
Well, they had them, but they didn't put them in American cars.
Yeah.
Then they decided we're going to change the length of the hood, make it a little bit shorter. So we need a motor that doesn't take up
squish it
quite so much room.
the linear thing going on.
And then you move into the transverse.
Yeah, the trannies.
The transverse, yep. It was, well, yeah. Well, you know, transverse, tranny, tit for tat, either way.
He's not going to give up on that.
No, neither am I. Tata Motors. Vroom. Remember Vroom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Would shut down in no time.
The former used vehicle retailer that shut down its e-commerce sales and shifted focus to auto financing last year said it has completed Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings. Vroom of Houston, Texas, finalized its capital restructuring without any long-term debt, the company said in a January 14th news release. United Auto Credit Corporation, one of its subsidiaries, will remain obligated to debt related to asset-backed securitizations and their trust-preferred securities. Who comes up with these words? Vroom's $290 million of unsecured convertible senior notes due in 2026 were converted into equity as part of its restructuring support agreement with creditors. The company indicated that it plans to attempt to relist on a nationally recognized stock exchange. Its shares previously traded on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol VRM.
So, if you're not on the NASDAQ, what are you going to Japan or
No, you're going to go to jail is where you're going to go. That's where you're going. It brought up to my attention, wait a minute, Amazon is selling cars now too?
Oh, yeah, they're selling everything.
Yeah. They're selling cars. And I believe, is it Sam's Club or is it Costco? Costco's selling cars. Everybody's getting into the car sales.
I was in a Lowe's not far from here in Sugar Land, as a matter of fact, and they're selling these big Gator, like a bigger than a golf cart.
ATV?
Yeah, Gator ATVs. They got them all lined up. They're like $9,000. They've got them in the garden section.
Golf carts, and well, they're jacked up. They're not for golf; they're for cruising.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the only thing I don't understand. I could see how they could sell it. You know, you sell it and you go to the dealer to pick it up, and I guess you go back to the dealer for service or warranty work because you can't go back to Amazon. And, you know, what are you going to do? Return it?
Well, here's my thing. You know, if you're going to buy a car, I get. You know, hey man, I saved $5,000 off of it. Okay, well, you save $5,000 off the initial investment into it. What if there's a problem?
Right.
If you take it back to the dealer you bought it from, there shouldn't be a problem because the dealer is invested in you as well.
Right.
Because they want your business. When it comes time to trade that car in, they want that car. They want to sell you another car. How's that going to work out for Costco? How's that going to work out for Vroom and all these other ones that are Carvana? There's no warranty there.
Well, what are they getting out of it? Why is Costco doing it? What's in it for them?
Because they clearly are making a huge markup on it. They're not working in the business to give away stuff.
Does Costco have a finance company? Maybe you have to go through Costco to finance it to get the car. I mean, a lot of times that's where they make
Amazon
money.
doesn't. They don't have a finance company. They don't finance.
They bring your own financing.
Yeah. Just try to figure out what's in it for them.
Money. I mean, they're going to get.
Yep.
They're buying it on a wholesale basis and trying to sell it at retail.
Yeah. Well,
good luck to that.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
All right. Today's In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is sponsored by Lupe Tortilla, Tex-Mex, Gulf Coast Auto Shield, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories. Be sure and give them a hand and take your business to them.
Yep.
We would appreciate it and tell them In-Wheel Time
Absolutely.
sent you. We'll continue at the last half of our show right after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
From the open roads to the open waters, your adventure starts at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. One ticket, two shows. Check out top cars, trucks, sport boats, fishing boats, and more. New designs, new technology, and everything in between. Spectacular experiences, amazing fun. There's something for everyone. Get your friends, get your family, and get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show, making waves and fueling adventures.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.